more, 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 more. Well, often when you're rooting on your team, you'll cheer for more scoring, more excitement, more playoffs, more championships. In this case, we're rooting for more Nectaron from one of the Titans out of Asheville. The DSSOLVR grabbed a mixed 4-pack when the Brewtubers, they were down for the get-together in July, and we're going to try to see just how much more Nectaron this Nectaron lover can take after the theme song. Welcome back into the Upstate Oasis with your Shirley Nutmeg 2 Palmetto for another beer review. And this one, not something I initially got from the Brewtubers get together, but something I picked up along the trail of our adventures. Speaking of adventures, it may very well be an adventure to follow your favorite football team. If you do so, and you want to represent your team or any team of any sport in the Dead Thread style, head on down in the description below, click the link. Use the code Nutmeg10. That's Nutmeg10, Nutmeg10 for a 10% discount off anything from the Dead Thread shop. One of the stops we went to at the Brewtubers get together was the DSSOLVR up in Asheville, and I got a 4-pack because I had to be responsible, so I couldn't really drink anything. Not too much up in Asheville, and I definitely couldn't drink anything at the DSSOLVR because it was right about the end of us going home. So I brought some home. This one is more Nectaron, and with this Dead Thread skull ghoulish design, it's very, very appropriate to rep this beer right here. Give you a closer look at the can. We'll take a round trip around Canada on the Shane Cam. So as you can see, the DSSOLVR presents more Nectaron, double dry hopped hazy India Pale Ale. There is no date on the can. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, there is. Canned on 6/24/25, so about 2.5 months old at the time of review. Brewed and canned by DSSOLVR in Asheville. More Nectaron, same thing that was on the front. Hopped with Citra Dynaboost, Nectaron, and Citra Cryo. DSSOLVR.com. On Untapped, a hazy IPA in our new hop showcase series entitled More. Cumberland Pilsner and 2-row base camp, along with a very hefty dose of Riverbend Oats and Chit with a dusting of Flaked Oats. We then pummeled the Whirlpool with the first dash of Nectaron, along with baseline of Citra Cryo pellets, and hop dipped the Fermenter with Citra Dynaboost. Fermented with our House IPA yeast, dry hopped first with more Nectaron, and spunded for 100% natural carbonation, then dry hopped a second time with more Nectaron and Citra Cryo. Not a ton of check-ins, but as it kind of seems, this would be a bit of a series. 339 total, 324 unique, 308 rankings thus far, 3.93. So pretty respectable amongst a small sample size. Judging by the pictures, well, one of them, it depends on lighting, because one of them looks very, very pale yellow. One of them looks a little more bright orange. They both seem pretty thick. So this one, I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Let's do our ode to one flight down with this shaklook. It was a suspended shaklook. Hard pour because you know where we're at. And we are using extra appropriate glassware because I do have a DSSOLVR glass. Although it does say King of the Pills. So obviously this is not a Pilsner. So it's kind of appropriate. But, more water, Bobby! Yes, King of the Pills, brewed until surreal. So we'll get this as topped off as we most possibly can. I can get the aromatics already. We'll do a deeper dive on it though. Color-wise, very, very dense, bright-ish type of orange hue. Head is fairly close to diaper white. Yep, not seeing me through that. That is as hazy can get. Let's get the nose. Again, orange. She smells thick with 3 C's. I get a bit of a melon note. something of a cantaloupe. So orange cantaloupe, I would say, smells pretty dense. No wasting any more time. If I can speak, cheers, friends. It has a bit of that cheesy body to it. There's a very subtle piney bristliness on the mouthfeel. There's a grapefruity orange type of rind, aftertaste, finish, that sort of thing. So I'd say mostly in that grapefruit vibe for something that smells so thick and has a pretty hefty body. It has a fairly lighter flavor, especially for like stronger notes like grapefruit and, you know, piney, bristly sharpness, that sort of thing. So I'm a little bit, especially with the flavors it does have, I'm a little bit surprised it drinks so light. It is 6.5, so it's not a particularly heavy in terms of gravity. But I am a little surprised it goes as light as it does. But that's not a bad thing because that means it's easy to crush, right? You could probably have a few of them and have no problems whatsoever. But overall, very solid. And has that nice traditional grapefruity note, but still it has a traditional grapefruity flavor, but still has a bit of a more medium to maybe light, heavy body like traditional IPAs drinkers are used to. One more time, representing your team in the dead thread style, click the link in the description below and use the code NUTMEG10. That is NUTMEG10, NUTMEG10 one more time for everyone on the back for a 10% discount off at checkout of anything on the Dead Thread shop. Oh, damn it, Bobby! It's a really good IPA. Cheers, friends. See you next time.